up, guys? Welcome back to Say Mojo Homestead. We are so glad that you are with us today.
Yeah.
On this, for us, hot, muggy weekend.
Yes.
Summer's still here,
Yes.
just in case anybody was wondering.
In case you're curious.
We are going to be talking about goats because we got Majesty back this week. So if you don't really know what we're talking about, we'll get to that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But with that, also just kind of want to talk a little bit about just why community is so important,
Right.
and how that helps us out in this situation.
Right.
Spoiler alert, Majesty is pregnant.
Yay!
So, but we'll get into that later too. If you guys have not subscribed, we'd like to invite you to do that, become a part of our YouTube family, and just join along with us on this journey.
Yeah.
Also, be sure to hit that like button. We like when you hit the like button, and leave any comments as always.
So cheesy.
She loves my jokes. Leave a comment as always if you have any questions on any of this stuff. But let's get started. We're gonna head into the goat pen for this one. My favorite goat.
Hey.
Gotta love her.
So Majesty is back. Majesty is Frost's mom. Majesty had a hard time breeding this year. We brought the buck here. If you follow us, you know we had the buck in our pen for a couple of months, and Majesty did not take to him. We have a great friend, Jason. He owns Goat Daddy's Farm.
This is what happens when you come into a goat pen and sit down.
Or try to film. I mean, every single time. So he is from Goat Daddy's Farm.
We do consider Jason a part of our homesteading community.
Yes.
He is also our goat mentor slash guru.
Yes.
Like Cass said, he does own Goat Daddy's Farm, and they sell goats, they sell all goat products, and just a great dairy. But going back to the community aspect, great resource, and I strongly encourage any of you guys who have livestock to really try to start building that community around you, that people who just have more experience than you. If you've been doing it for a long time, then by all means, like, be that person that reaches out to other people who are just getting in, because that really is just an invaluable resource. Not to mention, just the community aspect of it is always just a great asset for anyone, anywhere in life.
Another reason why community is so important for a smaller homestead especially is we really don't have the land for a separate buck pen, and having Jason in our community, purchasing our goats from him and using his bucks, it gives us the opportunity to maintain a closed herd so that our goats don't contract any diseases and don't get sick without requiring us to keep a buck on our farm.
So what we mean by closed herd is you're just not allowing other goats in. All the goats that interact with your goats, so like if you're bringing a buck in, are from the original herd.
Right. And if you can't do that, you have to stud out your goats. You can go ahead and get a vet to clear that person's herd of all diseases and require that paperwork before you bring those goats onto your farm or introduce your herd to them. So the way we ensured that Majesty would get pregnant was we used a little device. Jason calls it CIDR. It's CIDR. Basically what it is just progesterone. You're putting that hormone into your goat. It puts her in a super high heat. And then you can be sure that when they get with the buck, they're ready to breed.
So the way those work is, first you put it in and give them the shot. And then you wait about 3 weeks. You give them another shot and you pull that CIDR out. And then they are in heat like the next day.
Yes. So Jason came and got her, put her in with his bucks. She was in heat and was able to get bred. So now we have babies on the way.
Yeah, so obviously it's not always a guarantee. It
Right.
just kind of raises your chances. And a lot of people will use it to be able to control when your goat is in heat.
Right.
Because you can do that. And we get it. Like, that's a little bit of a controversial thing to control when they come into heat. But the real reason we wanted to do it was just to raise our chances of this girl getting pregnant. Because
Yes.
she has been difficult. Last year was her first kidding.
Yeah.
And the whole reason we have her on our farm is because Jason never was able to get her bred. So he thought she would be a good fit here. And sure enough, she was. So last year we did have a little bit of trouble breeding her.
Right.
But she did get bred just fine. This year, she did not.
No.
This is why we went with this option.
Yeah. And obviously it was successful. We're really excited. I really wanted to make sure she was bred because she's our highest milker on the farm. So if you are having problems breeding your goat or you want to breed them out of season, this might be a good option for you. I would rather just work with the goat's natural cycle.
We're more natural people.
Right.
But, when it comes to that.
Right. But this was kind of a unique experience.
All right, so now we're gonna go pick some peaches now that it's cooled off. Yes. And we're in the end of the day and do some highs and lows with you guys. So we have a few more left on this tree. I say a few. There's it's a good bit of a few. We did have a pretty good harvest this year and we're gonna get the rest of them off this tree. So I'm gonna put you guys down and we're gonna go ahead and do highs and lows.
Okay. My high for the week is a little project I've been working on this weekend with my aunt for my girls. They are out of town, so we have a fun surprise for them when they return. So that's my high. And my low, I lost peach. Probably that our tomatoes have been a little delayed just because of the cooler weather we had. And I haven't even had a tomato sandwich yet. Someone else had a tomato sandwich with our first ripe tomato, but I haven't had one yet. Oh, but my other high, I did think of another high, is my purple okra. I got my first purple okra out of their garden, and I was really excited about that.
Nice. So my high is actually the tomatoes because
you had a tomato sandwich.
I got the first tomato out of the garden. Hey, that's what happens when you're the one that goes in the garden all the time.
I was working on it.
I'm just kidding. She goes in there a lot too. But yeah, I did find the first tomato and it sat on the counter, guys. She had her opportunity. She didn't take advantage of it. So I made the first tomato sandwich of the year. So that was definitely a high. And the other high was just being able to have a shorter work week because of the 4th of July. Yeah. So I think my low was probably the fact that it was the 4th of July and normally we go out of town. We did go out of town last weekend, but just not being able to go out of town for the 4th of July. It still was, you know, fun. We, like I said, I didn't work, so we had some time as a family and stuff. Just wishing that that we could have done our traditional, regular thing that we normally do, go up to the mountains. So I think that was my low. Wasn't too bad. So that's a pretty good week overall. So we got all of our peaches. Look at those guys. So we are gonna get them inside, get them taken care of. But in the meantime, hope you guys have a great week and be blessed.